It looks like we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen of the wonderful land of Peekskill, good afternoon. Welcome to this weekly update. My name is Andre Rainey, and I'm the proud mayor of the great city of Peekskill, New York. And I'm joined by our awesome city manager, Mr. Andy Stewart. Good afternoon, Andy. How are you, sir?
How are you, Mayor? It's good to see you today.
Good to see you too, man. I'm blessed. I'm at the office right now. Just had a wonderful little Thanksgiving luncheon, and stomach is feeling full. The holiday spirit has certainly welcomed its way towards my tummy. So I'm happy to be here. For all of you who watch this meeting every week, thank you for tuning in and sharing this and letting your other family and friends around the city know. For those of you who are just tuning in now, every week we do a weekly update. Me and the city manager Andy to provide the community with some information on where the city of Peekskill is with COVID numbers, as well as the vaccines. In addition to that, we also enlighten some of the community on some of the happenings in the city of Peekskill during this time as well. So we take advantage of this opportunity to share what's going on. So, with that being said, we'll start off like we always do on this on this November 23rd day of 2021. I'll turn it over to Andy to talk COVID.
All right, Mayor. So use a rundown on the numbers that are available on the Westchester County COVID data portal, which we also put on our Facebook page for the city. Anybody can click there and get in there and see the maps. The map right now, it was updated on a couple of days ago, and it shows 45 active cases of COVID in the city. That's up from 28 a week or so ago. The number's coming up a little bit. They were in the 30s a couple of weeks before that. Our vaccination rate is the number that is improving actually, and that's up to 81.9. We broke through 80% back at the beginning of November, which is great. Seems to be going up a 0.5% every week or so. So let's keep up the pressure on those vaccinations, especially as we come into Thanksgiving. There's going to be a lot of people getting together. Hopefully, we won't get a surge in active cases due to that in a couple of weeks, but we'll have to keep an eye on that, Mayor, because I know you're a big proponent of safety and all our families want to get together. I know in my family, there's a couple of really little kids who have been vaccinated and not eligible, and we got some elders who are vulnerable. So we're all trying to be as cautious as we can be.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, 81%. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
we're almost at 82%. So
Mm.
so thank you, Peekskill residents, for going out and taking advantage of those vaccinations. And now with the children becoming eligible over age 5, and also with the booster shots for folks who have gone 6 months or so since their last vaccination, I think there's a lot of promotion of vaccinations going on.
It certainly is. So, all right, congratulations, P scale, almost 82%. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Andy, thank you sincerely for letting the people know and updating.
Sure.
Um, so I guess moving right along, we do want to remind people and encourage people to still keep in mind that you're fine. It's still the COVID virus is still spreading as the holiday season approaches us. We still want everybody to consider being safe and cautious, limit the amount of people that you have in gatherings, and of course sanitize, wear your mask on the social areas if you can, and just keep yourself cautious and be safe. The virus is not going away. The holiday season is coming. I know after the last year and a half, 2 years, everybody wants to be with their family and friends. So I don't blame you for taking risks, but I do encourage you to be safe, because even if you take a risk and it doesn't harm you, you can harm someone else.
Mhm. Absolutely.
All right. And I'll let
Listen,
you take over. I got an announcement.
I know
Go.
you got a little background sound there. I'll just say a couple of things which I want people to know about on the housekeeping side. From our sanitation department, just a reminder that we're doing the commingled recycling your bottles and cans pickup tomorrow, because Friday's a holiday and we'll make sure people have a chance to clean out those recycling bins for the big weekend. So keep an eye out for that. That's for both east and west side. This is taking place on the 24th tomorrow. Um, and so we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, of course. We just want to let people know also leaf pickup is ongoing. The schedule is available on the website. Uh, and appreciate people's cooperation with that. And kudos to our DPW crews for cleaning the city up. So that's that.
Absolutely. Thank you
Um,
for, and listen, I want to say thank you. I get a few emails saying of people saying thank you, but I want to say thank you too, because I don't check the schedule all the time as far as the bulk pickup and garbage and cardboard pickup is. So when you announce it, it's very much appreciated by the
Actually,
community.
with the our conservation advisory committee has developed a beautiful brochure that describes what you can and can't recycle. Like a lot of people don't know, for example, you put your milk carton in the commingle instead of the paper. You know, like
Mm.
a lot of people probably don't know that. So there's all these little things. If you can read that brochure, we're actually going to put that brochure in water bills. So folks who get a water bill are going to get a recycling message next time around. We're
Oh,
working
nice.
with our finance office to start using the water bill as an opportunity to let people know about important local information.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. So listen, and I do want to bring up some of the things that we spoke about. For those of you who didn't get to watch or attend or participate in the council meeting we had last night, there was a lot of great discussions on some of the issues the city is facing. As many of you may know, last night we were able to pass our 2022 budget. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very
You.
thankful for yourself, city manager Andy, as well as the rest of the staff for all their hard work and keeping us below the tax cap and as close as possible to it while still having the greatest services that we can possibly provide for the city of Peekskill. So very excited about that. Um, I also want to add, last night we appointed, I want to say five, is it five or is it six? Yeah, five new volunteer firefighters. Brian, Joseph, Alva Amanda, Oswald, and Jake. Jake Pole, Oswald Roche, Alva Amanda Rojas, Joseph Santiago, and Brian Merkan. And if I pronounce the last names wrong, I truly do apologize. It doesn't reflect our appreciation for your service. So thank you sincerely for stepping up and joining our fire department as volunteers. And we really, really appreciate it. So, people who are interested, you can still be volunteer firefighters. If you'd like to be, you can reach out to the city manager, to one of the assistant fire chiefs, or the fire chief, or any of the fire department people who know more about the department than I would, and let them know that you want to be a volunteer. And they'll give you the ropes, show you the ropes, and we would love to have more, because that's what we appreciate here in the city of Peekskill.
Yeah, and connected to that, Mayor, the city council also set the date for the fire department election of chiefs. It's coming up on December 10th. So all those new volunteers presumably will turn out on December 10th. And I know the city council members will be there to observe the election
Hmm.
to celebrate and promote our volunteer chiefs up the chain of command. So we thank them for
Absolutely.
their service. Chief Rose, of course, has all sorts of great trips planned and so on. He's been working so hard after 9 years of being a fire chief up through the ranks. He's looking forward to taking some time off. I know we thank him for his service. He'll be a deputy chief, and then Chief Sniffen, Chief Kelly, and another Chief Sniffen are on the set for nomination to get elected as a volunteer chief. So we thank them for their service.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and all of the prior fire chiefs in the city of Peekskill, thank you for them. They, there's so like a family almost. So, but yeah, absolutely. I also wanted to mention we had a very extensive meeting last night with the public hearings we had set for the cannabis consumption sites as well as the retail cannabis dispensaries, whether we should stay opted in or actually opt out in the city of Peekskill. There's a lot of opinions, a lot of um, data, a lot of information, a lot of comments and questions and concerns, and a lot of statements of support. So I do believe the council heard the community loud and clear, and I am extremely excited to have the discussion with the council next Monday at the Cow. And the following Monday, assuming that the conversation goes well and we approve to put this on the agenda for the following Monday, the council will be voting on this on the November 6th meeting.
Actually, we'd be discussing on November 6th because there's no meeting on the 29th. Uh,
Oh, that's right, the
and
first
yeah,
Monday. That's
so
right,
skipping the week because of the after
Monday.
Thanksgiving. But
Hmm.
yeah, so your vote would be on the 13th. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing which way the council goes on this. I know it's going to be most likely a split vote, which doesn't happen very often with this council.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
people who really are giving a lot of thought to this and listen to the community.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was the I gotta be honest. Like, I felt one way at one moment, and then hearing some comments kind of turned me another way. And we'll see what the council gathered from the community, what the council's done with their own research, as far as how the law is described in the state of New York, and of course, examples of data from other cities and states, and even places that actually have approved the dispensaries and lounges and whatnot. So tune in. Make sure you're tuning into the council on December 6th to discuss that, and the following week to see where the council decides to go. Um, Last thing I want to mention, Andy, on my end, and I'll turn it over to you to say whatever you want to share is we scheduled a public hearing for the solo project There's a lot of controversy around that project. I think that is going to be one of the greater projects in the city of Peekskill. I'm looking forward to seeing it through. And we're having the public hearing on December 13th. So if anyone wants to make any comments on record, specifically on that actual project, December 13th will be the night to do so. You can submit it via email. You can turn it in, or you can tune in on Zoom, or you could just come in person. We have allowed people to speak at the podium for the last, I want to say 4 or 5 months maybe or so. In-person meetings have resumed. So please come out, state your opinion, let us know what you think, and hopefully this is a project that the community will support. It's an affordable housing project with over 220 units, with almost 200 parking or 100 180 or something parking
Something like that,
spaces.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's definitely a well thought out project that I think is going to benefit this community, especially with all of the um, hot topics, I would say, during the summer and fall season that we've seen in the past 4 or 5 months. So I think this is one of those projects that help address a lot of those topics that we've discussed and heard the community discuss. So looking forward to it. Andy, anything on your end?
Yeah, a few things, Mayor. First of all, I wanted to, I know that everybody in City Hall and the community has really been, was really shaken up by the car accident that happened on Thursday night over on Division Street. People we know got hurt. The police did a great job with the accident scene, the emergency responders, just amazing, helping people get to the hospital and so on. And the driver of that vehicle was arrested and is going to be charged with a bunch of different things related to drugs and other stuff. Really a terrible accident, and just thoughts with the people who got hurt, and also thanks to our emergency responders for taking care of people on the scene. We also had the police department. I thought Chief Police might talk about this last night, but it got so late. We had an amazing save by the police department, where they found a driver who was unconscious on the highway, and did artificial resuscitation, got her to the hospital with a heartbeat. So we'll get more about that story coming out soon. So we thank our emergency responders for their work in the community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to mention that. I also want to mention, just from our recreation department, they're always busy organizing fun stuff. The holiday tree lighting is coming up on Saturday the 4th. So that's going to be a fun time for people to get together. I know that Santa is going to be there. I believe the mayor has a special role in that as well. And so please put that on your calendars for Saturday, December 4th at 4 o'clock, for the holiday tree lighting.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, if I could just jump in really fast, Andy, was the last night the council we agreed and approved to upgrade our parking meters to 4G.
The
So
fastest parking meters around.
yes, the fastest parking meters around. So I'm thankful for the council and the police department and DPW and everyone who helped contribute to making this happen. So your shopping convenience and your enjoying the downtown scene and your Paramount Theater experience should be a lot more convenient for you.
Yeah, people don't realize it, but there's a little solar panel and a battery on every single one of those, and a wireless transmitter, and that's how they communicate with the mothership when you saw your credit card through there.
Nice.
So they don't last forever, and they need to be upgraded. So
Absolutely.
we need to spend more.
Yep. So that's everything on my end.
I want to mention also that the Youth Bureau has been doing a lot of great stuff lately. They had a holiday Thanksgiving food drive this past Sunday, and they've got various holiday celebrations coming up in the month of December. They've done a lot of work collecting toys for kids and stuff like that. And they're running this really cool class, which everybody should know about. Basically, the kids are learning how to fly drones, and it's amazing. They're doing all these exercises with drones and learning about science and math and the regulations related to drones. And they actually have these little flight missions. And they've been introduced to drone soccer and drone bowling. I have no idea how that works. It sounds really cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's just exciting to see the kinds of programs that the city is organizing for young people.
Beautiful. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Happy to see it. Excited. Looking forward to the holiday season.
So I think that's all we got for now, Andre.
All right. Let's see if we have any questions from the
Oh,
community. Anybody online that wants to ask anything or comments?
Oh, one person wants to know about the fire chief. So the city has been advertising for full-time paid fire chief, which has been a big policy issue for the city for many years. And we haven't started interviewing yet, just to answer that question, but we've collected some excellent resumes and we're reviewing them. Um, One person wants to know if there'll be another public hearing on the marijuana dispensaries. So there won't be a public hearing on that. That took place last night, but there will be public discussion at the next Council of the Whole, which is on December 6th. And then there'll be a common council meeting where presumably the council will vote either opting in or opting out of the dispensaries. So that's a question there. So there's a question about Deputy Mayor and her vote on the budget. People, we need to talk to her about that.
About her recusing herself.
Yeah. So that's a individual issue. People recuse themselves for various reasons.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what we got on Facebook right now, Mayor.
that's it.
That's
Oh
what we got.
man, I was looking forward to more. All right. Well, listen. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Andy, thank you for taking time out of your extremely
Thank you.
busy schedule to do
Thank
this
you.
every afternoon. And God bless you all. God bless one of the greatest cities on earth. We'll see you same time next week.
Take care, Mayor. Bye bye
Yeah,
now.
you too.